Okay, in today's in-depth discussion on what's going on with the storm, I wanted to give you a visual and an audio example for why the blizzard warning, which was supposed to expire at 10 a.m. on Sunday, had to be extended. It doesn't expire till midnight now. So what you're seeing here are actually some of the milder winds that have been happening at the higher elevations for ski resorts. This is from Palisades. Specifically, that's the KT terminal. That's one of the more notorious ski runs up there, a very popular place. Obviously, this is closed. They're not going today. They've been closed as they should be. I don't have exact readings on wind speeds there, but I can tell you this is the resort where just about 36 hours ago, on late Friday, as this storm really started hitting the mountains, where we recorded 190-mile-an-hour wind gust up at the peaks for Palisades. So not verified yet. The record, by the way, in case you're wondering, for a verified wind speed along ridgetops in the Sierra during blizzards is 199. So that one's pretty close. We'll wait and see if the National Weather Service verifies it, but it probably wouldn't break the record even if it did. One other thing that's closed, I-80, going on about a 48-hour stretch. And you've probably no doubt seen pictures of I-80 at this point, but here's some of the more recent ones. This is shared by Caltrans. You can see the snow that they're blowing out of here. This comes in from Sunday afternoon. A couple of things about the snow, by the way. For about the first half of this storm, the snow was coming down really wet and heavy, and it was classic Sierra cement. And then just about midday yesterday, it switched over to a drier, fluffier kind of snow, which skiers would love. And the more important part about that is the drier and the fluffier snow, because it was colder, is able to pile up deeper. Still the same amount of water in it, but the measurement of the snow depth becomes bigger, and that's why we're seeing the totals just now really starting to take off. Here's where we stand on snowfall. These are not official. We still have plenty of time to go. I'm going to show you here in 1 second how much longer this storm's going to last. But in terms of snowfall, Sugar Bowl so far is the winner. 87 inches turns out just about 7¼ feet so far that they've gotten at Sugar Bowl. The Sierra Snow Lab is kind of that real venerated official source that sits not far off Donner Pass. Couple of ways to communicate and also visualize where the concerns are. The Weather Prediction Center has just recently developed this tool. It's kind of beautiful and highly detailed to look at, but it's conveying some fairly important information in a quick snapshot. So we're not looking at snowfall here. We're not looking at wind speeds. We're looking at a combined visualization to show you what the storm severity index is. And this is where we were on Sunday. Look at the shades of red here going right through I-80. Shades of red show you that it's a major storm severity impact. Hazardous driving, road closures may be needed, and as we know, they certainly have been. Highway 50 is a little better. Highway 50 falls in the yellow. Highway 50, for the most part of its drive, by the way, going over Echo Summit, that highway stays very low because it goes up through a river canyon. And then it doesn't really get up into the high treacherous territory until right before Echo Pass. That's one of the reasons why Highway 50 has been able to stay open through much of this. I-80 is just this long, gradual ramp, and it's at high elevation for pretty much the whole time frame. That's why we've had bigger problems there. If that's Sunday, let's look at Monday. Where are we going to be on the Winter Storm Severity Index when we get to Monday? And we can now visualize that. And all of a sudden, you come away with another real quick snapshot visualization that things are improving. Not done, but things are improving. And we're going to be out of the worst of this storm by the time we get there. But we're not out of it yet. So let's come back for the big picture. Still snowing up there. It's that light, fluffy snow, remember, that's going to be piling up, and skiers are going to love it when they can get there and when the wind has calmed down. The totals here are not too extreme going forward. What we really need to be concerned about in terms of that blizzard warning, in fact, let's take a look at what we have now in terms of warnings in the Sierra, because right now there are two, and there's a slight distinction in some of the definitions. So the blizzard warning over here, which includes our local Sierra, that expires at midnight. Along with that, though, is a winter storm warning, and you have to look at the time there. The winter storm warning goes until 4 a.m. on Wednesday. There's another storm coming after this one, which is going to be nowhere near as intense as this. But it will continue to put snow down in the Sierra. Even if it's not coming with the debilitating wind, it's still going to have its fair share of snow. More on that in 1 second. Here's the remainder of the blizzard warning. Stays in effect until midnight, extremely heavy snow, whiteout conditions. And remember the distinction between the two. The blizzard warning actually has almost nothing to do with snowfall accumulations, Blizzard warnings are specifically telling you that the wind is so strong with this storm that what snow is falling is going to be blown with such speed and intensity by that wind, you won't be able to see anything. So the visibility's really dropped. That's the primary concern with a blizzard warning. That's why I wanted you to see that video right off the bat of what's happening at Palisades Tahoe today with their wind speeds. Okay, the winter storm warning is more traditional. It takes into account snowfall primarily and its impact on travel. So the winter storm warning for this next storm, which is coming in, that goes till Wednesday morning at 4 a.m., but the heaviest snow from that's going to come on Monday and Tuesday. Not going to be blockbuster totals, big enough to impact the drive, and it's going to be warmer with this one. So as we're looking at this on Sunday, the snow level's down to like 2,500 feet. For this next storm that's coming in, for this winter storm warning, snow level will be up around 5,000 feet with that, so notably higher. Watch the snow accumulate here, keeping in mind that even though snow level on Sunday's down to 2,500 feet, this next storm coming in, which will put down perhaps another foot of snow up at Donner Pass, is going to be up around 5,000 feet. You see the lightning strike? So, two hugely different sides to this storm. The snow has stolen the headlines. But the other side of this storm also needs to be discussed. The ability for this storm to produce thunderstorms, and as we saw yesterday while we were live on air, there was a tornado warning for part of San Benito County. I'm going to get to that in 1 second. First, there is no longer a post office in Leggett, California. It was struck by lightning 2 days ago as this storm came in, and this was video that was shared by somebody who was up there. If you don't know where Leggett is, this is in Mendocino County. It's about 3 hours north of San Francisco. And this is where a lot of the intensity from the thunderstorms has been coming on shore. So as dramatic as the video was when we started here with what's happening up at 8,000 feet in the Sierra, this is what's happening at sea level. Over here in the Coast Range, Leggett sits right about here. And it's really been kind of right in the line of sights for some of the more active, intense storms. You can still see we've got plenty of lightning on here now. This is last night. Or I should say, just to be clear, because I'm not sure where you're going to watch this on YouTube, this was Saturday night, just before 7 o'clock. You see the complex of lightning and thunder? As that moved in and started to head over towards Hollister, the area from Hollister south was placed under a tornado warning for about 45 minutes. We've got no confirmation that one actually occurred, but the reason the National Weather Service did that, because this thunderstorm with that complex of lightning was so intense on the radar, they were able to depict that it had started rotating for a brief period of time, which is the first and most important signal to give you an early heads up that the storm has the potential to drop a funnel cloud. We don't have confirmation on any of those happening, but we certainly have confirmation on the intensity of that storm and that it was rotating. And maybe we just didn't have enough eyes on the sky with phones looking at the right place to catch the funnel cloud. Thankfully, we've got no reports of damage to look at from that one. So it had been fairly active there. Okay, take a look at one other item here. What we're looking at here are sea surface temperatures off the coast. That plays a part in these thunderstorms, believe it or not. This is what we look like on high-resolution satellite on Sunday afternoon. You can see where we are. Look at all the popcorn clouds back here. That's typically what thunderstorms look like when they come through, and that's why Sunday has gone the way that it has. Plenty of breaks of blue sky, and then every once in a while, a brief little downpour will move through. But there's something about this storm and the past several storms this winter that have set it apart, I think, in a lot of recent memory. There's been a lot more lightning moving across California from these winter storms than we've seen moving through over the past several cycles of winter storms. One of the items likely playing a role in that is the fact that sea surface temperatures off the coast are notably warmer than average, and they have been consistently. You've got warmer sea surface temperatures here. That warms the air just above it, and now we have warmer air sitting near ground level than we typically do in winter. Warmer air at lower levels is one of the primary ingredients to help develop thunderstorms. That's one of the explanations behind why we're seeing more lightning and thunder with this recent cycle of winter storms than we typically have in recent memory. So you can see what it looks like there. On the futurecast, we're likely coming to a close in the intensity of thunderstorms from this current cycle of storms, but we are waiting for the next one to come in. It won't be anywhere near as intense as this. So let me just show you what that next system looks like coming in on Monday. We'll see a few showers that come in perhaps Monday through Wednesday. See that storm there? Not really the most impressive. We're not going to get big rainfall totals out of that one. And this one is certainly not going to be able to provide the big snowfall. But this is the same system keeping that winter storm warning going through Wednesday. And in terms of our chance for rain, you can see what it looks like here. We've got to go to the long-range forecast if we really want to get a better handle on it. And we'll see just a little bit of rain skirting central and northern California as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. So we've got some rain possible by the time we get there. It wouldn't be much. The only downer on this is, after all of the intensity we've been through over the last several days, we can't take rain out of the 7-day forecast just yet. There's a chance of rain going into Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to be tracking this and all the rest of the developments on all of our newscasts, whether it's on KPIX or Pix Plus or the stream. And of course, when it warrants it, when we need more time to give you more perspective and detail, we'll continue to do these long-form visits with you on YouTube as well. Thanks for checking this one out.